Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, classmates. Our topic for today is all about summative assessment. So, ano nga ba ang summative assessment? Summative assessment is a type of evaluation that measures students' learning at the end of an instructional unit, such as project, unit, course, semester, or even a school year. So, summative assessment, ito ay isang mahalagang bahagi ng proseso ng pag-aaral. It is a type of evaluation that measures a student overall learning at the end of a unit or courses. At the end of this report, you will know that what are the types of summative assessment that we encountered. Summative assessment is to determine learners' mastery of content or attainment on learning outcomes. Kapag sinabi pong mastery of content, ibig sabihin po niyan, ito ay nauunawaan ng lubos ang isang paksa na pinag-aaralan. Ang summative assessment is designed to know if the students meet the learning objectives. Evaluating learner performance. So, sa evaluating learner performance, using summative assessment ay isang paraan upang makita kung gaano naunawaan ng mga students ang isang paksa at kung kaya niyang mag-apply at magamit ng kanyang knowledge sa isang sitwasyon. Dito, malalaman kung may progress o pagbabago ang isang students at kung kailangan niya na mag-proceed sa next chapter ng kanyang pag-aaralan.
So, I am Arabella Sigalang po and I am the next reporter. And this is the continuation about the topic of summative assessment. So, summative assessment provide teacher with information about the effectiveness of their teaching strategies. So, since ang summative assessment po ay isinasagawa at the end of the course, nagpro-provide po ito ng mahalagang information sa mga guro kung naging effective ba yung pamamaraan ng kanilang pagtuturo or yung kanilang strategy. Kasi nagiging daan po ito para matrack yung performance ng mga bata or kung may progress ba na nangyayari. This way, malalaman po ng mga guro kung okay ba yung naging outcomes or naabot ba yung objective sa lesson. O kaya naman po is may part ba ng need ng improvement para mas maging effective yung pagtuturo. So, the next one is inform learners about what they have done and what they need to improve. So, kagaya din po sa teacher. Kung sa teacher po is through summative assessment, nalalaman nila yung effectiveness na kanilang pagtuturo. Ganon din po sa mga bata mismo. So, natulungan po sila ng summative assessment na malaman yung progress nila sa pag-aaral. Kung baga po is nagsaserve ito bilang self-reflection sa kanila. Like for example, nalaman nila na marami silang natutunan sa part ng lesson na ito at ganun din is para malaman nila kung saan part sila medyo nahihirapan para makapag-focus sila doon para ma-improve yung learning nila. And dito, maaari silang humingi ng guidance sa teacher and provide more examples for them para mas maunawaan nila yung lesson.
So today, we will proceed to the written assessments. The first one is exams. This can be a traditional paper-based or digital covering a wide range of content. So alam naman natin yung exam, ito yung common na ginagawa natin sa summative assessment. So ang type ng exam ay multiple choice, true or false, essay questions, and short answer. Multiple choice, assess factual knowledge and recall. So, multiple choice having several answers from which one is to be chosen. So, marami tayong pagpipilian na sagot pero isa lamang yung tama doon. At example na lang nito is kapag nagtitake tayo ng exam sa LET. So, ito yung multiple choice yung ginagamit na type ng exam. Next is true or false. It is similar to multiple choice but with simpler options. True or false questions are used to assess a student's ability to determine whether a statement is correct. So, dito is ina-analyze lang ng student yung statement if correct ba or incorrect ito at madali lang rin itong isulat or sagutan kasi isusulat mo lang ang T if the statement is correct and F if the statement is incorrect. Essay questions. Essay questions evaluate critical thinking, analysis, and writing skills. So dito, nasusuri ng guro kung mayroong natutunan ba yung student at the end of the chapter sa pamamagitan ng pagsulat ng essay. Dito nalalaman ng guro yung kung mayroon bang critical thinking at nalalaman rin ng guro kung mayroon bang writing skill yung student. Short answer, assess understanding of specific concepts and facts. Ang short answer questions then, it requires a concise and focused response that may be factual, interpretive, or a combination of two. Ang example ng short answer is yung mga list, identify na yung ng mga students kung ano ba yung pinag-aralan nila sa chapter na yon, kung ano ba yung mga important details about sa chapter na yon, and na-explain na rin ng students kung ano ba yung mga napag-aralan nila sa loob ng isang period na yon. At ang paraan ng pagsagot nila dito is dapat brief o kahit konti lang, basta nandun na yung tamang sagot, hindi na paligoy-ligoy pa.